Hello, everyone, and welcome to New York Empoleon's Week 6 battle of the PBAL. We are here this week taking on the Choice Specs, coach of the Orlando Magikarps. And if you do not know what I'm bringing, then check out the team builder. And if you want to check out my opponent, check out the link in the description below. I personally love battling the Choice Specs. We've battled once or twice before, and they've always been super fun battles, super close battles. So love the guy. Makes great content. Go check him out. Anyway, I also just want to make a couple of quick announcements. That's why I started this recording a little earlier than I normally would. The first one being Merry Christmas to everybody who celebrates Christmas around the world. I believe this video is being uploaded the day after Christmas. The team builder went up on Christmas. Half of you don't watch that, and I forgot to mention that. So, Merry Christmas to everybody. Hope you all have a safe and wonderful holiday and remain healthy throughout this season. I just also want to say that so this is obviously, if you guys don't know, a little behind the screens, behind the veil stuff right here. We record these battles a week in advance. So this is being recorded the week before Christmas. The week of Christmas into New Year's is actually a bye. So next week there will not be an upload. That is scheduled, that is expected. So don't worry, it's not a surprise. I don't have like a forfeit or anything. That's just totally expected. So we will have a bye next week. So there will be no upload on the weekend of January 1st. And then we will resume normal uploads the following week after that. So, you guys should hopefully, get a chance to see all that stuff. But anyway, just want to get those two little bits out of the way before I got into the battle because I didn't want it to distract from the actual battle itself. If you guys want more information, I'll have more information available for you guys via Twitter or Discord, either one. Both links are in the description below, so if you guys want to check those out, I never self-plug. Sorry, he just messaged me and said, good luck, have fun. I never self-plug, so I just wanted to do that really quick. So anyway, let's get into this and see what 6 he's brought. It could be, honestly, any of the 6, or any of the 10, I should say, any 6 of the 10. I did sort of prep for all of them, although I didn't specifically build around webs as something he might bring. So if he does bring the Orbeetle, that's annoying. It's not the end of the world. My team isn't all that speed invested, but I didn't see him bringing it. And of course, I say that, and boom, there it is. But no Zeraora, if I'm seeing this correctly, is really interesting. It also means that the Grimmsnarl? Excuse me? I read Grima. The Dragapult should outspeed everything on his roster. It's EV to do so, and it does have the clear body, so I don't have to worry too much about webs there. But wow, I've got 3 mons with priority. It's basically just the Nihilego, which isn't really designed to outspeed things. It's not like an offensive sweeper this week, and the Swampert that get affected by that. And those they're fine. So he could lead with the Orbeetle. Do I have a great obvious counter lead to it? I mean, it's probably Null. Or Durant. I don't really want to lead Durant, though. I'd rather lead with the Nihilego here. If he does lead with the Metagross, that's annoying, but it's not the end of the world. He does have... But I just see... You wouldn't bring the Orbeetle if you're not going to set up webs with it right off the bat. That would just surprise me, you know? And Power Gem is doing a lot of damage to Orbeetle, so I don't know if you just want to stay in. That's uninvested. If I am invested, that Orbeetle could just drop to a Meteor Beam, and I don't think he wants to just risk that happening, potentially, so I'm going to bank on that if he does lead with the Orbeetle. But it is actually the Bulu that leads against me, and that could kill me. That could kill me without too much of it wouldn't even break a sweat doing it. Acid Spray can almost kill him, and he could be worried that I'd be scarfed or something, but I don't know if I want to stay in right here. When I do have access to the Durant, it is a very safe switch into this, especially if he's going to try to go for like a Wood Hammer or something, and I'm going to take no time to think about that. And if we both switch, if he's worried about Sludge Bomb or something from a Scarf Nihilego, or even just a fast Nihilego if he's not Scarfed, then... we will be able to see that we outspeed. But I'm more ready for him to be willing to make the risk, especially if he is Scarfed, that I'm not. And there's the Wood Hammer. And we do see that does very little damage to the Durant. and does some recoil there. No life orb or anything. And we do see it outspeeds the Durant, so we know that he is choice scarfed because of the fact that it gets the grassy terrain first. Okay, so choice scarfed Tapu Bulu. I think he's going to go Arc here. My play, I think, remains the same then, which is just click Ironhead. And he's going to switch out, and he's going to go Arcanine. And it's a little annoying because I'll see the Intimidate. But he gets to know that I am eject button here. Or eject pack, I mean. I did the item right. And it is a free switch into my Girder, which was the plan. This was all according to plan. I just wanted to know if the Arcanine was boots first. I wish I had gotten the Toxic Spikes up, but I'm glad I didn't stay in with the Nihilego. So knockoff is free here, totally safe, and I can get rid of the boots, and then the Nihilego can set up later. I can get a little bit of scouting, whether or not he wants to go for a Will-O-Wisp, whether or not he wants to switch out here. What he wants to do, I am max Fizz Def, and Arcanine's special attacks are just significantly weaker. So nothing is going to want to switch into this this knockoff here. Crobat comes in. Not sure exactly what he was predicting, but the knockoff was safe to go against the Crobat, and we do get rid of the leftovers, not the Black Sludge, the leftovers on the Crobat. That's interesting. Not sure exactly what the justification there is. I'll have to ask my opponent later on, but I can just go out into my Nihilego. Hope he doesn't go for a U-turn here. Brave Bird seems more reasonable, or Roost, potentially, depending on what he thinks I have on my Girder. Or Toxic, potentially. But Nihilego kind of covers all of that. And he actually goes for the Super Fang. We can take any next hit as well, so I don't worry too much about it. And it can set up my Toxic Spikes here pretty safely. He could go out into the Bulu or the Arc or the Metagross here. Metagross seems really safe. But Toxic Spikes are just so good. And it'll force him to go back into Crobat at some point later, which is just loss of momentum for him, and get rid of the Toxic Spikes, which again is just time that he is not going offensively against me, and that is all my team needs. That little window of opportunity to get the Dragapult in and start sweeping. Knowing this is Super Fang and bulky as well, I'm curious what the rest of his set is. And he actually shows the Taunt, so that's a good tech right there. So I can't Toxic Spike, unfortunately. So I guess I'll knock off here. He's never going to stay in. I worry a little bit about Weakness Policy Metagross, but I think knockoff is the safest play here. He could Roost, but I'm going to knock off. Roost doesn't really gain him any ground. I won't do nearly as much damage as he has on him right now, but I can just Acid Spray later. He actually Super Fangs again, and he misses the Super Fang. I'm going to knock off, just show that I have it, and chip down this a little bit. At this point, he could easily go into his Metagross or just stay in and Super Fang one more time. I guess I just Power Gem. If the Metagross does come in here, there's the Roost. If the Metagross does come in at any point, then that's just a little annoying, but it's not the end of the world. So Power Gem's going to do a decent amount of damage here. And put it right back where it started, basically. And we're no longer taunted. So now he has to make a play whether he chooses to go for another taunt and loses his Crobat, or whether he chooses to go out to go for a Roost or something to survive. I'm just going to Power Gem. It seems like the safe middle ground play. And he does go for the taunt, so I'm not going to take the bait here. I'm just going to get rid of the Crobat while I have the opportunity to. That's theoretically his only removal. And by theoretically, I mean I think that's his only removal, unless I'm crazy. So Nihilego kills Crobat with Power Gem, and actually gets a Speed Beast Boost, which is great, because it means since I've only revealed 3 moves, he can't go into Bulu safely here. And I do outspeed Choice Scarf Bulu now. And he shows me Metagross. Yeah, he shows me Metagross. That's not surprising in any scenario. That's not surprising at all. Now, he could have the Grass Knot, which would be really annoying. But I do think my best play is to go out into the Swampert here on the much more likely Bullet Punch. Since it is safe for him to go for right off the bat. He doesn't really lose anything. And he actually shows me the Agility set. I have seen this Agility set before. I guess it seemed really good against my team. But with Crobat gone, I can just high horsepower with Abandon here. With Abandon. And with my plethora of priority in the back. I mean, if he shows me Grass Knot here, that's bad. But I don't know if he'd be like max special defense, like Life Orb, Agility. Did I say max special defense or max special attack? There's also no grassy terrain right now, which is like super surprising. He goes for the Meteor Mash here. Okay. But he's not at any boosted attack, so... And we're going to go for the high horsepower. We are going to land it. That's really good. And do you show me weakness policy here? Okay, so I'm going to... I don't know what you go for here. I mean, I have like so much priority around the board, so I'm not going to worry too much about it. I'm just going to flip turn. If my Swampert goes down, that's sad, but it's not the end of the world. And we actually live the Psycho Cut, the +2 Psycho Cut, and we were going to be able to flip turn here. I'm not even like that bulky, so that's pretty impressive that Swampert was able to take that. Swampert kills Metagross with flip turn. I guess that was a bulkier Swampert because it did take the high horsepower. And once again, I still really want to set up my Toxic Spikes, but Bulu is too free right now to bring in if I decide to do that. So I could go out into Girder here. Nothing immediately threatens the Girder, but it does allow the Orbeetle to come in, although I do just spam Toxic at this point. Or I could go into my... Oh, man, I don't know what I want to go into here. I don't want to let the Bulu come in, so I guess Girder is going to be my option here. And I can just click Toxic on every Mon. I mean, did Bulu get Play Rough? I think it did. And Orbeetle does come in. And Psychic is a 2 at KO. So I kind of want to knock off here. I'm just going to knock off. Why not? Reflect. I have Defog, so I'm not stressing about it. And it's Light Clay. Okay, that's good to know. I'm just going to Toxic. And he goes for the Psychic. It does 50%. We're just going to Toxic here. And then we'll get out. No reason to just die to another Psychic. He does have to Reflect for a few more turns, which isn't great. Toxic is going to help, though. I think Durant is a pretty good switch in here. Durant will resist the Psychic, resist the Bug Buzz if he decides to try to predict like something coming in, and just is able to First Impression or something. So there's the Psychic again. Not too stressful. We'll take that just fine. Arcanine easily could come in here. Easily could come in here. And that kind of makes me want to double. I could go Swampert, but that seems like a sack at this point no matter what. I could also just go out into my... man, I kind of just think I, like, Crunch or something. Or First Impression. Let's go First Impression. I know he's got Reflect up, so Arcanine comes in, like, totally freely here, but... He stays in, I miss the First Impression, and he sets up a Sticky Web. That's unfortunate. That's life, though. That's life with Durant. I think he switches out now, though. I think he switches out. So that makes me want a Stomping Tantrum. Gets boosted power. I know he's got Reflect up, but if Arcanine comes in, even at -1, boosted power Stomping Tantrum does significant damage. And if he stays in, it should put him in range where the poison will kill next turn anyway. So... like, that's annoying, but it's not the end of the world. And I do still have the Girder. And I can still go for a Defog at some point. He does actually stay in. That's surprising. So Stomping Tantrum, going to do damage. Going to do damage. Psychic comes out. So that was clearly, like, sort of a sack. I actually don't mind, because I'm stalling out an extra turn of Reflect. Not the end of the world. If this doesn't kill, I'm stalling an extra turn of Reflect. And it doesn't. So that's interesting. We're looking at... So we've done 5. Okay, so we got 3 turns left. I guess I just Stomping Tantrum again. Should kill from there. Everything's equally inaccurate at this point. So we're going to Stomping Tantrum again. We're going to land it. And that's going to take out. So Durant kills Orbeetle with Stomping Tantrum. At this point, I guess I just sack Swampert to the Arcanine that comes in. Oh, he went Haxorus with the Reflect up. Do I sack Swampert to this? He's probably going to Dragon Dance here. I guess I Iron Head, right? If he's Scarfed and shows me Scarf, that's fine. Otherwise, there's a chance I flinch here. And I get the flinch. And I'm going to go for it again. Because I have no shame in this game. And there's no flinch that time. He gets the Dragon Dance, but that's fine, in all honesty, because I have so much priority just like around the team. And the Reflect wears off, which makes me always switch out into my Swampert. He doesn't have rocks up. He has webs, but I have priority all over the place. So let's see. Rillaboom to Haxorus with a Choice Band. Grassy Glide kills from that range. He's still got the Arcanine and the Bulu, though, so it makes me maybe not love that. And he goes for the close combat, so he's actually at -1. So that makes the Girder. Girder Mach Punch maybe do enough. Maybe not, actually. I'm not offensive at all. So I guess I'm going to go into... the safest option here is just to go into this thing. So Haxorus kills Swampert with close combat. We get the Grassy Surge. We get the Grassy Glide. And we can take any hit. Or we don't have to take a hit. He's at -1 special defense. Or physical defense. Both defenses. He's at -1. I could not go for a Grassy Glide. I could be the guy who goes for a U-turn here. Because I'm the realist. But I think it's safer to just kill what's in front of you in this particular case. Rillaboom kills Haxorus with Grassy Glide. And Arcanine comes in here 100 times out of 100. And I go Girder 100 times out of 100. Because I haven't seen what this Arcanine does. Girder can take a hit if it's physical. I think he can take a hit either way. I guess I click Defog at that point. Just because Girder's going to go down. I click Defog, get rid of the webs. Not that they're that much of a problem for my roster, but he's also got the Scarf Bulu. So do I even need to Defog? Actually, that's Bulu. Do I go Girder? No, I don't go Girder here. I think I just Grassy Glide. Since Rillaboom, I mean, doesn't answer either of his remaining 2 threats. And I know you're Scarfed. So I know you're not going to, like, kill me. Right? Yeah, you're not going to kill me with anything. Grassy Glide's doing 35 to 42%. It's 3 a KO even with the grassy terrain. And it might be better than that because that's actually some bulk. And he's Scarfed, so he probably isn't a ton of bulk. So yeah, it's like, it's a good amount of damage. Woodhammer comes out, that's going to hurt him even more. Does a lot, though. Certainly. As the recoil comes out. I don't know if it puts him in range of one more or not. He'll probably die to the next recoil, which is annoying because it means I have to take the extra hit. But Grassy Glide, I know I'm banded, so Arc can come in and just take a Grassy Glide if he wants, and that's fine. I'm not going to complain. Not going to complain. I mean, it's intimidating me. Yeah, I have to switch out, but the grass terrain is going to run out anyway, so whatever. That's damage, honestly. Even at -1, wow, that's damage. And he shows that he actually outspeeds me, which is good to know. All right, so I'm going to switch out. I'm going to go Girder here. He could go back into his Rillaboom. He could go into his Bulu. I'm having a lot of trouble with names today. I'm having so much trouble with names today. He could double. And then going Girder is a dangerous play. But I'll see what he scarfs himself into at that point. Woodhammer, it depends on when the grass terrain goes away too, because it could go away this turn because of when I set it up. I went Grassy Glide, Grassy Glide, Grassy Glide. So then that makes this the 4th turn. So then there's one more. So we switch out, so we show that he shows that he's not switching out. We're going to go into Girder here. Sticky Web. Sticky Web really doesn't matter. Flare Blitz. It's recoil on him as well. We're going to take that. So I'm not going to be able to defog, but I will be able to Mach Punch. Just any chip is chip at this point, right? So any chip is good chip. So I'll just Mach Punch. And then he'll have to Flare Blitz again to kill me. And he does. So Arcanine kills Girder with Flare Blitz. Okay. So chip, 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 chip. That's the name of the game here. Just knocking this Arcanine down. Bit by bit. Grass is gone. That means he will be able to reset it up. But that's fine, because it means my Grassy Glides are doing even more work. And I think I just go out into my Dragapult. And we do see that the Clear Body pops. And I think I sub here. I don't know what he has, so I'm just going to click sub, see what he wants to do. Because if he switches into Rillaboom, then the sub is the safest play. Because I don't know what it's going to lock itself. I don't know what it has locked itself into at that point. And so we are going to be able to just sneak away, disappear for a moment. And we do see that he stays in, so maybe he has the crunch. And I want to see it, if he has it. Iron Head. Okay. I don't think that's going to kill me from here, to be honest. So I'm just going to Hex. I think it's a 2 KO on the Arcanine at this point. Yeah, cleanly. I don't think Iron Head kills. Yeah, doesn't kill. So I'll just Hex again. If he switches, I think I win. Because I get the damage. I think I kill the Bulu from here. So he needs that to be Scarfed and outspeed me. I could have Agility'd right here. That would have been the play. Oh, he does switch. Hex does a lot, though. Hex does a lot, though. I could have Agility'd right here. Oh, just misses the KO on the Bulu. It's unfortunate, but it is what it is. Honestly, I think it'll be okay. I think they're both in range of the Rillaboom now. So I'm just gonna go into Nihiliga, sack it, and bring back in the Rillaboom, and theoretically win from there. Because Grassy Glide should do it. And Woodhammer comes out. That actually might take him out. So the Rillaboom... gosh dang it. Tapu Bulu dies to Woodhammer. Recoil on the Nihiligo. Nihiligo. Or I should say... Okay, since there's only a couple minutes left, we're just going to go out into... let's just go back into Dragapult here. So Tapu Bulu kills Nihiligo with Woodhammer. And he's going to get the Intimidate. That's not going to matter. We know we outspeed. E-Speed can't out-prioritize me. Oh, Intimidate doesn't even pop. And we're just going to Hex. And I think we started this turn just before a minute. So even if he tries to stall out for Differential, we should still be able to get this turn in. And it's going to look like it's going to die, and we are going to pick up a victory here this week as Dragapult kills Arcanine with Hex. And that'll do it. So a big 3-0 victory for the New York Empoleon as we improve to 6-0 for the PBAL. That's crazy in this league. There is a lot of talent that I have faced, and a lot more that I will continue to face. We have a bye next week. I said that at the beginning of the video, but I'm saying it again here. We have a bye next week. It's scheduled. It's all locked in. And the week after, the week we get back, everybody, we are taking on Playmaker and the newly branded Atlanta Victory Stars, a long-term coach in the TBL and a good friend of mine. So that's going to be a super fun match. You don't want to miss it. Week 7 coming up in 2 weeks, though. Just mind you, in a couple of weeks. But thank you all so much for watching. Take care, everybody.